All right, have a great broadcast, guys.
All right, Alumni Network Tailgate Show. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
7-yard gain. Quick snap, handoff up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor. Robertson looks left, passes left. He's got a man. Catch made at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Bears.
Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. HEB, the official grocer of Baylor Athletics.
Hey, Derek, real quick.
Serving Texans since...
Never mind, I'll ask you later. I'm not going to do it right now. Sorry. Go.
Your bank for life, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Premier, ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Nissan, innovation that excites.
He's got the first down. Oh, and more. Sawyer Robertson's going to take it for a touchdown.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. For all the pregame action. Starting right now. Right now.
It is finally here. One of the most anticipated opening nights in years for Baylor football is less than 2 hours away. It's the Bears and the Auburn Tigers, a blackout on the brasses to kick off the 2025 season. And we're glad to have you with us here in the season opener on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, live from Touchdown Alley. Great crowd here to hear from two Baylor legends, Seth Russell, former Baylor quarterback, and the voice of the Bears.
That would be one legend,
Sean
Seth
Morris.
Russell.
Yeah, we'll count John in that as well. And I'm Derek Smith. Glad to have you with us. And John and Seth, it's really great to see you guys again. Football is here, and we've been waiting for this one. We've got a team that finished the year strong last year, has had a great offseason. And, John, I think the Baylor fan base is really ready for this one, and what a stage to start the year.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? I mean, you've kind of felt it building really since the end of last year by the way that Coach Aranda and the Bears finished the regular season, 6 straight wins, and then through the offseason did the work, and now as this game starts getting closer, the announcement comes, ooh, they're going to wear anthracite uniforms. Ooh, that's great. Then the announcement comes, they're going to wear chrome helmets. And that just ramps it up even more. And throw in a drone show at halftime. So I think excitement is really through the roof.
Yeah, I think the university did a great job just, anticipating and getting the word out soon.
Yeah,
right? Getting it
early
enough to where it wasn't like the week of and everybody's like, what the heck's going on? It's like, hey, you can actually put it on the calendar, which I think they took a lot of, feedback from last year kind of moving forward. But, I mean, this football team, I think it's the best I've seen since, selfishly since I played.
That's fair.
And that's just on the offensive side, all the guys that they have that they've kept, then that they brought in. I think it's just going to be another level of offense that we haven't seen yet.
Later on the show, Seth, we're going to really get your thoughts on Sawyer Robertson's game, where he's really stepped up, where he can continue to improve. But you talk about the excitement, and there's 21 other starting spots on the field on offense and defense. But, man, there's just something about a good quarterback coming back that gives a team a certain swagger. And Sawyer Robertson is such a humble guy, and yet he gives the team that swagger.
Yeah, he's kind of everything you want and molded into a quarterback, especially with this program, the way that they designed it, the type of guys that they want to be in this program. Hey, faith-driven, strong leaders, selfish, others motivated, and that's just the type of guy he is. And I think he's able to thrive, and other guys are able to build around him. And, him coming back, obviously, he showed what he could do last year. And, we can kind of talk about potential a little bit later in the show, but, it's uncapped right now.
Let's talk about our coaches, how good a job they did hanging on to, keeping guys like Sawyer Robertson here and Bryson Washington and, Keaton Thomas and all those guys, because these days it's as much about retaining your players as it is recruiting new ones and getting guys in the transfer portal to come in.
It is, and you look at the job this staff has done building a culture, a Baylor football culture. Guys have clearly bought in. The fact that they stuck around tells you that. But I even love the fact that you've got a group of guys who had to kind of fight through the mire a little bit last year to get it going. They didn't try to parlay that into, what's the better opportunity? Is the grass greener elsewhere? They want to build it here. And I think as a Baylor fan, that's what really makes it special to go out there and cheer these guys. You look on the field tonight, there's going to be so many guys we cheered on last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, really fun. I mean, and isn't that great, Seth, to have returning guys, veterans, that you build around and you add to that. And Baylor's done a really good job this year of bringing in some guys that are going to be real contributors. So I'm excited. I mean, I am really excited about what this team can do this year.
Yeah, I see the guys who are the leaders from last year, how vocal they were. Going into this year, there's just going to be another level of confidence and trust, I think, just built grained within this program. And these other guys coming in that have a lot of experience that they brought in, I think it has the opportunity to explode into a phenomenal year.
You also look, I think, another reason fans are excited. And obviously, opening night is exciting no matter who you're playing. But there's no time to mess around this year. You've got Auburn coming in right away, an SEC squad. You look, of course, this is getting ahead of ourselves, but SMU next week, a lot of organizations, sports media outlets have said we have one of the toughest, if not the toughest, non-conference schedule of the year. It's fun when the schedule aligns well with the team, and I think we've got that this year, and fans sense that.
That's a really good point. I mean, that helps ramp up how big a game this is tonight because it's Auburn from the SEC coming in, first SEC school to play in Waco since 1995, Mississippi State, first SEC school to play at McLean Stadium. So, there's something to that. So that just helps make it as big a game or make it as even a bigger game than it was.
Absolutely. I mean, if I had the opportunity to play SEC school, I mean, I'd be licking my chops.
Right.
I mean, just because it's always SEC versus Big 12. SEC is always kind of the grandfather of all of it. And it's like, hey, let's go out and prove ourselves. Like, hey, we deserve to be in the conversation, just kind of proceeding forward, but just it's time to make a statement.
It is, and it is coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. It's got all the trimmings, national TV, sellout crowd. Friday night lights, a little bit different, but under the lights on a Friday night here at McLean Stadium. Baylor and Auburn coming up. We're getting you ready on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show alongside John Morris and Seth Russell. I'm Derek Smith. John will have the call today with Nick Florence and Ricky Thompson starting at 7 o'clock. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we recognize that as we begin this year, there's a hole in a lot of Baylor family members' hearts, and certainly ours with the Baylor Sports Media Network. J.J. Joe, we lost him too soon this year, and we're going to remember him, talk about him and his legacy when we come back right after this as we get you ready for Baylor and Auburn today on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green.
Okay, so back to you, and you'll.
Yes. And
okay.
Let's store the insights on your eye health.
Tell him because I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of.
Okay, sounds good.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
I know, I like it though. Black. Really? That's funny.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst.
Kind of swallowed.
So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works.
Derek, can you hear me?
Rage less, buffer less, and live more.
We're getting there.
Lock in gig speed Wi-Fi for just $35 a month, guaranteed for 3 years.
Hello, hello.
To a $200 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works.
There it is. Got it.
Visit astound.com today.
Turn that down just a little bit.
Baylor Nation rolls along with Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Start with award-winning service and factory-trained tech.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Then shop our
Derek.
lineup from car.
Okay, just make sure you can still hear me. For some reason, John can't.
I got it now. He
Running a
switched it
business,
here.
we're your Central
I got you
Texas
now.
headquarters for ProMaster vans, cab, and chassis and work trucks. For power and comfort, test drive the Ram 1500, the Motor Trend Truck of the Year winner again. Allen Samuels in Wake. Proud partner of.
So everybody can hear me now?
Come by. Let's be friends.
Okay, cool. Cool.
You're listening to Baylor Football on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. We are live out in Touchdown Alley. We're at the Baylor Alumni. Some people here, too. Fans being folks fanning themselves. It is really warm. 92 degrees, but 60% humidity to go along with it. So be prepared. It is warmish here at McLean Stadium and out in Touchdown Alley. As Derek mentioned, going to the break, we lost a true Baylor champion in J.J. Joe. This past offseason. He passed away in February, tragically, a heart attack. And J.J. was a great quarterback during his time here. He was a 3-time academic All-American. He was just beloved by his teammates and coaches, and everyone that knew J.J. just loved him. And that extended beyond his playing days when Walter Abercrombie, who was doing radio with us, had to step away to take over the B Association. Coach Taff actually suggested to JJ, hey, you ought to try this radio thing. And he did, and he stepped in, and 21 years later, he was still going strong. So JJ worked with us 21 years, didn't miss a game. He didn't live in Waco, but he would make the trip down or wherever we were going. But 21 years with our crew together. And it's just, like you said, there's a hole in our heart without JJ. And we remember him very fondly, and I think we will all season. And there won't be an end to it. We will always remember JJ and what he meant to all of us.
You know, he was someone, John, that fans who were here when he played loved him. There were a lot of kids in the 80s and 90s. He was their favorite player. And then you get to know him as a former player, and he's an even better person than he was a player. Yeah. I know it's a cliche, but he's someone who his teammates, as you said, adored him. He was a leader. More than that, he loved the Lord. He put the Lord first and foremost. His family, his faith were what were in front burner for him. And football was pretty high up there, too.
Yeah,
his passion came across every game for 21 years. You and him were a fantastic team. But I think he's someone that if you heard him on the air and didn't know him, you kind of got to know him. And then if you got to know him off the air, you were better off. You were better off for it because he just had that ability. I mean, Grant Taff was a great judge of talent, right? He knew he was a great quarterback. He knew he'd be great on the radio, but more than that, he knew he was a Baylor Bear before he ever was one.
Yeah, you know, I had a few interactions with him just kind of getting into this career back in 2020, I think is whenever we started all of this. And, I remember him coming up to me. He was like, dude, just shoot him straight. Like, you don't need to sugarcoat anything. Like, just be honest. Share what you're seeing, but, be supportive. All around. Don't bash. Don't talk negative. Just do your thing and be respectful and take this opportunity and just do what you want with it. And so I think he was always, and of course, listening to him on the show. I mean, he was always very analytical, very honest, and just what he was seeing. And I kind of would incorporate a little bit of what he would do just in just this particular part of the show and just try to be, a type, just a likable type of guy. And so. But no, he's, obviously gone too soon. Yeah. But I think his legacy will live on.
Absolutely, it will. And you mentioned his family, Lakeisha, his wife, and their 3 boys, and he had a granddaughter that was born just after he passed away. But we remember them also because it's a hard time for us, but it's a really hard time for them every day also. So keep Lakeisha and the boys and the family in your prayers. And Seth, he's such a smart guy, and smart person, but football savvy also. So, like, we're calling a play. It's coming. Yeah. We're calling a play, and the quarterback just has the ball snapped to him, and he says, touchdown, like real quick, touchdown. Like, he sees what's unfolding there before anybody else does. Yeah. I mean, that's the quarterback in him. And people would ask me sometimes, do you get upset that JJ kind of jumps in on you and calls it before it actually happens? I say, no, that's him, That's one of his strengths in doing color analyst for us.
I think you said it a couple of times. He never lost that quarterback vision. I think it suited him in a lot of ways. Family, business. Right. I mean, he was a very successful businessman, and he just had that ability to see things coming down the road. And, man, that's something I'm really going to miss are those highlights at the end of the game. I mean, it's a small thing. We're going to miss a lot of big things, but I'm going to miss hearing him jump in when he saw that coming.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Hey, Nick may be able to pick right up.
Nick may
he's
do the
very
same
cerebral on seeing things. I mean, you ask him, he wasn't, Nick wasn't the best athlete, but he saw things anticipated, and so I think he's going to be a great fit to the team and just kind of pick up where JJ left off.
That's Nick Florence, who will step in as our color analyst on the broadcast. And you're right, he's a very smart guy too. So we may see the same thing with him.
I think we will for sure. He's a great guy to step in and carry on that legacy.
And let me make this point: he is following J.J. Joe. He's not replacing J.J. Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it's semantics, but he is following J.J. in that position.
Absolutely. And, John, a minute ago you mentioned Coach Taff, and we're going to hear from him in just a minute. We all know him on this side of things, but it's great to hear from his teammates and from his coach, because that coach, he knew J.J. Joe when he was a 17, 16-year-old, and it's a relationship that goes way back. So as we continue on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, we remember J.J. Joe's lasting legacy here at Baylor and certainly on the airwaves on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
All right, guys, with the break, 5 minutes, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
The Baylor Sports Media Network remembers longtime color analyst J.J. Joe.
And I've been able to come down, and to be frank, I'm probably not doing radio if it's not for Coach Taff. I mean, I remember when Walter took the B Association job, Coach Taff called me. He called me. I was working in a bank and said, hey, I think you'd be good doing this radio thing. You need to call John. I'm going to have John call you. That's how it started. So that's how I got connected.
I'm honored to have been JJ's coach at Baylor University. I'm heartbroken. JJ was one of the finest young men I ever had the privilege of coaching. He was an excellent leader and a talented athlete. He was unselfish and always cared more about the success of his teammates than he did his own accolades. He was tough, determined, and boy, did he love his team, Baylor University, and his coaches. After he left Baylor, he became not just a former player, but a close and trusted friend. He was so special and will always remain in my heart.
Oh, okay, Derek, what I was going to make sure on is after break 7, we come back and time it out exactly to the close, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Same as last year, but just different.
Earlier time.
Right. Okay. We're good.
Backfield again. 15 seconds to go. Griffin.
Yeah, 20 seconds before you're supposed to start talking was not the ideal time to ask you. I'm glad I realized that.
Touchdown Baylor. Oh, it's caught by Terrence Williams. Touchdown Bears with 8 seconds to play.
This is J.J. Joe here with Robert Griffin on our QB to QB series. Well, I got it. Well, I got a side wager with a couple friends that I could beat you in the 40. Would you agree to that?
I don't know, man. You got a little speed, but I don't know if you want to race me.
Yeah, maybe 20 years ago.
Here's the play. 4th down and goal from the 1. Handoff. Running left. Trying to get to the corner. He didn't get there. He did not get there. He stopped short. He is stopped short of the goal line. Bears hold the Cowboys out of the end zone. Baylor's going to take over. That was Desmond Jackson with the dive for the pylon, and he was inches short. Jaron McVay kept him out.
J.J. Joe, gone but not forgotten by the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When life gets complicated, Butts Law Firm is your one stop for a wide range of legal.
Man, that hits you in the feels.
Estate planning documents such as a will, trust, or guardianship, or the appointment of a receiver to handle personal or business assets management and disposal, consumer protection, family-related legal matters, or various business-related issues. We are your community firm. Whether you're planning for the future, navigating a probate, or managing a business, our experienced team is ready to guide you every step of the way. Trust us to provide the legal support you need. Call today. 406-641-BUTZ. That's 406-641-2889. Or come by the Waxahachie office at 301 South Rogers Street, Suite 202, downtown Waxahachie. Come see the difference having a trusted attorney by your side can make, because at Butts Law Firm, your legal rights are our business.
Baylor alumni are more than 160,000 strong. When we all join hands to support our university, we don't just move the needle, we move mountains. Working together, we create life-changing opportunities for students on the field, in the classroom, in the laboratory, and in life for generations to come. So get connected. Get involved. Learn how at baylor.edu/alumni.
Everything we do for you. Are you looking for a new set of wheels? First Central Credit Union Auto Financing offers fast, complete coverage, competitive rates, and flexible terms make for a win in financing your next vehicle. A quick online application makes it easy to score the money you need at firstcentralcu.com. Everything we do for you.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Football on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We welcome you back in to the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, presented by Baylor Alumni, connecting the Baylor family worldwide. Today's game brought to you today by TFNB, your bank for life, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texans are making TFNB their bank for life by stopping at any one of their 5 locations or visiting TFNBTX.com. TFNB, your bank for life. Sic 'em Bears. It is Baylor and Auburn coming up today at 7 o'clock in the opener at McLean Stadium. Joined by Seth Russell and the voice of the Bears, John Morris. And let's talk about Sawyer Robertson, Baylor's quarterback. First time since the 2020 season that we've known the incumbent was going to start at the beginning of the year, and obvious to see the reasons why he was great last year. 28 touchdowns, got better and better as the year went on, and Seth, no one better to break him down than our quarterback here. That's you. So let's talk about Sawyer's game. First off, you're scouting. Let's just go with a scouting report. You're scouting him from across the way. What do you see why he is really one of the best quarterbacks in the country heading into this season?
I think his decision-making. Has done a phenomenal job. I think just from everything that he's able to do, pre-snap, get the play out, get the ball out of his hands, get the ball down the field accurately, right? And then obviously when plays break down, his ability to move the pocket, right? That adds a whole nother dynamic that the defense has to take into account. And so just from an outside looking in, offensive line is going to be stout. You got a lot of offensive guys returning. I mean, obviously he's got the ball in his hands, and he's going to distribute as needed. And then we'll talk about kind of where can he progress and get better on. Pre-snap, during the snap, get the ball out, certain looks and coverages, adjustments. But I think just from a defense coming in, I think maybe you try to blitz them early just to try to get that snap count, maybe a little bit lower, get him out off his pocket, out of rhythm. But, I mean, he's got guys around him that are going to give him the time to throw the ball.
Was there a question you had about him when he started that Air Force game that he answered emphatically by the end of the year last year?
Yeah, is how quickly could he pick up the offense, and how quickly could he, continue to move the ball and be as aggressive as we wanted and saw on the offensive side.
Let me ask you a question about Sawyer. This year, second year with Jake Spavital. So they've worked together all of last year and going into the second year. How much of a factor can that be? And how much of a factor is it that he went through the whole offseason knowing he's the guy?
Yeah. Spav is a quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's a guy that you want to play for. I compare him a lot to, Kendall.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, he's a player's coach. He's going to tell you the way it is. He's going to put you in the right positions, the guys in the right positions to get the ball out of your hands and make these other guys look good. I think all around, I mean, I'm excited to see his progression, going through the offseason, knowing that he is that established leader that guys are going to rally around him. And going back to what we talked about character earlier, I mean, he's one of the top-notch character guys. He doesn't want the light. He doesn't want the light on him, right? He wants it on other guys. How can he, push that away and do his specific 111th on the field?
Along those lines, he is a great man, and just a perfect fit for Baylor. The way he represents Baylor football, represents Baylor University. I see him in church most Sundays, and this is after a game on Saturday. They're there, and he brings a group with him to Harris Creek Baptist Church every Sunday. The the NIL sometimes these days kind of gets a knock because, it's a lot of money.
Sure.
But one thing that Sawyer did last year with his NIL money, he didn't publicize this, but it sort of got out. He bought Yeti coolers and cups blazoned with the Baylor logo on it, gave it to not just his offensive linemen, gave it to the entire team. And he paid for that. Yeah. So that's a little snippet into the character of Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah, he's not, like you said, he's not a guy who wants the limelight. He wants to diffuse that to his team, and that's a cool thing to see. And again, he's back. Teams wanted him. He's back here
no
at Baylor.
Question.
He's committed. He's back here. Seth, my final question for you is, how can fans watch the game through your eyes tonight? Where are you going to be looking to see, all right, he was good last year, but here's where he can be great this year?
Yeah, it's obviously him throwing the ball down the field has been extremely accurate. I think where we want to watch is pre-snap. Right, pre-snap, hey, if he sees some weird blitzes, maybe, if we're in a play, he's been in the offense long enough with Spav, it's very quarterback friendly. Hey, maybe do a quick check. Or, what I didn't see a whole lot last year was like hot routes, right? So hot routes basically meaning, hey, if you see a blitz or a late blitz coming off of one side, that receiving core should shorten their route, right? Kind of in that hole, get that ball out. We did that. That was ingrained into our offense. I think if they can take that next step as well, because that's going to put so much more pressure on the defense, because a lot of times what I was seeing is they were dropping back, he was having to move, and then just, it wasn't – I'm like, hey, hot route. I'm watching the game. I'm like, get the ball out of your hands. He's holding it maybe a little bit too long, but I think him getting confident, knowing the guys around him, where they're going to be, building that offseason, camaraderie, I think that's where I'll see that kind of development, take that next step forward of just move the chains, right? Move the chains, stay on the field and get points.
Hey, and those guys around him on offense are pretty good. Yeah. We're going to talk about them as the show goes on, but a lot of returning talent we're excited to see. This is the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. Speaking of talent, today's Baylor legend, we're going to see him on the field. You saw him in the videos with the chrome helmet. It is Bryce Petty, Big 12 champion. He is here today, and we're going to visit with him when we come back right after this. This is the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, season opening version against Auburn here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB, your bank for life, is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life.
Katie.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex Tandem Duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Jay Hopper. They're going.
You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back with us on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. We're out in Touchdown Alley. We are adjacent to the Baylor Alumni Network tent, and things are starting to hop out here. They have been all day, but now nice little breeze coming through,
Finally.
Seth. This isn't bad. Maybe it's the cool breeze that just sat down with us. Could that be what it is?
That's probably pretty likely.
Cool.
Appreciate you bringing it, Bryce. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Cool breeze himself. Bryce Petty is here, going into the Baylor Athletic Hall of Fame this year. Quarterback on back-to-back Big 12 championship teams. welcome to you.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure being around you guys.
This is great. This is quarterback central at this game tonight.
Seems that way.
Right?
Seems that way.
All right, so you, Seth, Nick Florence,
Yep.
somebody 3.
Well, the statue.
Yeah.
Oh, the statue. Yeah. The statue.
We're taking a picture with the statue.
Yeah. Did you get one of those? Get one of those.
No, I got a neck brace and ankle brace.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I brought that up.
We got metal in our system.
Your statue's coming soon, yeah. But Robert Griffin III is here. So, fun deal. They're going to get all you guys together for a Baylor quarterback legacy picture. That'll be fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I wish we had time to set all you down and let you tell stories. That'd be good.
I
Would it be good?
Next time.
Absolutely. Over beer, tequila, or something like that. We need to have that.
We're Pepsi school, yeah.
Pepsi school.
Yeah. But congratulations to you, Hall of Fame. Very deserving. What does that mean to you?
It's just awesome. I've said this before. I love the fact that we went. We did what we did last year, where we had the 13, 14 teams be inducted. It just because I can't sit here and say that I had anything to do in terms of success that we had without being a part of great teams. Seth, guys that just mean a lot, to me in terms of our success. We're all part of it. So it's a fantastic accolade, but it means more important to me it's more important to me that the team got inducted. So that's cool.
You're a team guy first.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I pushed him a little bit, just a little bit.
Pushed me more than just a little bit. I can tell you that.
That's
buddy.
good.
I get pushed me a lot. Dude. Sleepless nights.
Yeah, well, same on this end.
Yeah.
I love obviously it was a pretty competitive quarterback room, and we had a lot of phenomenal guys.
I would think you guys are also competitive. And all of you want to play, and all of you want to start, but you support each other and push each other to be better.
To
some level.
To a certain level.
This was the thing about being competitive. I had to figure out excuses not to be on a basketball court with Seth, not to be on a baseball field with Seth, not to be on a badminton court with Seth. That joker, in terms of athleticism, I got a candle to that guy. So it was. But I really did think that our QB room, it was special. And I think that, again, comes from – Bryles and Coach Montgomery said that you want guys in the building, in the room specifically, that will push you. That way you get the best out of yourself every day.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Return of the chrome helmets tonight.
Big deal.
When I think of you, I've just seen these pictures so much and the videos so much. I think chrome helmets. Yeah. What's it like to bring them back?
And this is what's interesting, too. When we brought out the chrome helmet, I certainly didn't expect anything to be, hey, we remember you. When we talk about the chrome helmets, we remember you guys. Man, because we had so much fun with them when we were here. So to bring them back, especially for this game, get a little bit of excitement in there. Coach always loved, man, when you feel good, you look good, you play good. That's the whole Dion mantra, right? These things look good.
Yeah.
These things look really good. So it's fun to see that kind of nostalgia and play in and get the guys hyped up.
Yeah, what better game than this one to break them out?
Exactly.
It's gonna be high energy. These guys want to come out and play and make a statement. Against the SEC team, we talked about that earlier. It's just like, hey, Big 12 ball is here, and it's here to stay, and we need to make a statement tonight.
And what I read, too, and I don't mean to interrupt, but what I read, too, this is the first SEC team to come here since 1975, is that right?
95.
95. So
Mississippi State was here in
no
95,
kidding.
right. But that's 30 years.
Long stinking time.
Right.
Long stinking time. Were you even born in 95?
I was 1 year old.
One.
Yeah.
I was doing games in 95, if you want to go there.
Well, I know we had some teams on the schedule. I think we were talking Tennessee and some of those schools, but they didn't want to play us because
that's
why would you want to when we were
did not. The reveal video that you anchored was really cool. Has Hollywood called you? They want you to do a little more stuff?
I have to go get an agent.
Yeah.
No,
you don't have one already?
It turned Seth. Seth's gonna be my agent. It turned out really well, and it was a lot of fun to do it. And Sawyer's such a good dude, man. It is a guy that would fit absolutely in this room, and I'd love to play for that guy. You can tell that the team really rallies around him. For him to be the guy, it be his team all throughout camp. Spring ball, winter, all that stuff. I'm really excited to see him. But it was cool to be on the field with him and just kind of see him as a person as much as a fan on the playing.
Yeah, I just briefly knowing him over the past year or so. I know he did not want to probably do that video.
No,
that's right.
Yeah.
Get Keaton out there, or get somebody else, because he's he just does not want to be in the limelight. But obviously that comes with that position.
Needs to be though. Yeah.
All right, tell everybody where you are now, what you're doing, and about your family.
That's right. Yeah. So we got a beautiful wife. 3 beautiful kiddos. Got 2 girls and a boy,
Yeah.
so 5 and 3. Little man will be 2 in October. So it's beautiful chaos. A lot of nicotine and coffee, but it's fantastic. And then we're up in the Dallas area doing some business development for Texas Capital Bank, which is fun. I just get to tee up opportunities for people. Not know a dang thing about banking, but that doesn't matter. So no, but it's fun. It's a great place to be, a great place to work. And then we're kind of from that Dallas area, so be back home and. A lot of Baylor connections. Baylor network is heavy up there.
Very cool. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Legend of the game going into the Baylor Athletics Hall of Fame. Woohoo, man. We're glad to share some airspace with you.
That's right, yeah.
It's
exactly.
fun.
Thank you.
It's
guys.
fun.
No, I love what you guys do, man. Thanks for having me as always, and excited. This is the best time of year, man. College
It's fun.
football is back.
It is
Let's go
fun.
rock and roll.
Thank you, Bryce.
Yes, sir. Thank
Bryce
you guys.
Petty heading into the Baylor Athletics Hall of Fame. He's our legend for the game here tonight, Baylor versus Auburn. And we'll continue with more live from Touchdown Alley, the Baylor Alumni Network tent. We'll have more on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show right after this.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Good stuff.
Toyota is
All right,
a proud
thanks, John.
partner of Baylor
Seth, you can
Athletics.
slide in
Wear
one
green
here if
and
you want.
haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works. With Astound Wi-Fi, you'll rage less, buffer less, and live more.
What's that?
Lock in gig speed Wi-Fi for just $35 a month, guaranteed for 3 years. Plus, get up to a $200 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works. Visit astound.com today.
Looking to connect with Baylor alums in your area? Baylor Alumni can help. Looking to host a watch party in your city? Baylor Alumni can get you started. Want to step out in your community and serve with other alums? Baylor Alumni is your connection with the university and each other. Let's get started. Learn how at baylor.edu/alumni.
You're listening to Baylor Football, on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We are brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care. It's the place to go when you're not sure where to go. Open 24/7. Just a short walk across campus. No appointment necessary. Just walk in. Visit premier.care to learn more. This is the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. The voice of the Bears, John Morris, is headed up to the booth inside McLean Stadium, getting ready for the call of tonight's game. Coming up just over 80 minutes from now, we're here with Seth Russell as we continue on the program. And tell you what, Seth, that was a lot of legendary Baylor status up here on one radio booth. You and Bryce Petty. And I know this is kind of a little fun behind-the-scenes thing for people. We're going to let you leave the show a little early today because it'll be the first time, I think, that we've had RG3, Nick Florence, Bryce Petty, and you all together at the same game at the same time. So I know they're going to do a photo. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, no, that's pretty exciting. I mean, I think, just getting all the guys back together, I think Baylor University has done a great job, I think, these past couple of years of really listening to the fans, right? Understanding, hey, how can we get players back, alumni, right? All the different, incorporations of just support, right? And they've done a great job, and they've listened, and they've really done, what we have wanted. And obviously, you see the turnout here. I mean, a sold-out crowd. Everybody's going to show up. It's going to be rowdy, and no, it's cool to get all the guys back together, though.
It is. We saw Bryce a moment ago, RG3 doing the game on Fox this evening. I see Elliot Coffey, former first course football player and member of our broadcast crew. He's here. Just a lot of fun. Well, let's talk about this matchup because, as we've said, it is the most intriguing season opener we've had in some time. I'd go back to the TCU game in 2011, the last time we had a game where I think the game itself had this much intrigue from the Baylor fan base, and I think it does from Auburn fans as well on the other side. Let's talk about some key matchups. It feels like strength versus strength in this game are going to go up against each other. Baylor's offense versus Auburn's defense. And I'm curious, Baylor has a lot of great weapons. We talked about Sawyer Robertson. I mean, my wife Veronica and I watched that Dallas Cowboys documentary on Netflix, the triplets. I mean, is it fair to say that Sawyer Robertson, Bryson Washington, and Josh Cameron are triplets, and maybe even Michael Trigg in that as well?
Absolutely. I mean, that's not even including, Ashton Hawkins. I mean, a couple of the guys that they brought in. I mean, that's just kind of like the initial flash. But I mean, you have other guys that are so complementary in this offense that if you try to double one, well, good luck with one-on-one with the others, which I think is really, and then of course Trigg. I mean, him being such a big, dynamic, tight end in this offense, over the middle of the field, going up against linebackers. That's a nightmare for a matchup nightmare for those linebackers to go up against a guy like that, or even a walk down safety. Good luck, right? And so I mean, he's got good hands. He's a playmaker once he gets the ball. He needs to tuck it. I know he was a little loose with the ball last year, kind of doing the whole backyard football hold. But no, I mean, just those three, Bryson, Sawyer, Cameron. I mean, that is going to be the baseline of this offense, and then they're just going to be able to build and just be dynamic around everywhere else.
On the other side of things, you look, Auburn's defense. They are very good. It looks like the defensive line and the secondary are really their strengths. And those are good strengths to have, for sure. Baylor's offensive line returns 4 of its 5 starters from last season. But how important is it for Baylor? How important is it going to be for Baylor in this game to establish, kind of own the trenches up front? Because I think there's a lot of evenly matched positions on the field elsewhere.
I think that's every ball game, right? Whether you're playing, a D2 school or you're playing a, SEC, type of team, trenches are where the game is going to be won, right? I think Baylor, with them having 4 guys coming back, that camaraderie, that communication, that type of level of effectiveness, I think we're going to see pretty early on, which we didn't see last year, right? It took 4 or 5 games for them to really get cohesive, understand the type of offense. Them coming in with the amount of experience they have. They're not super deep offensive line-wise, which you don't need to be, but on the flip side, it's just, hey, where can we key? Who's going to be the guys that we're going to get frustrated, right, on the defensive line and take advantage of that? It's going to be a chess match, right? I mean, just like, Hugh Freeze and that side of the ball, Auburn, it's SEC school, right? And so they're going to have a good big defensive front, which that's kind of what they're established and what they're known of. But we need to break that down. It's going to be throwing haymakers all game.
Baylor defensively, you look on the offensive side, so many starters are back. The defensive side, not as many. Now, Coach Aranda has worked on he's tinkered the defense this year. He said his first year calling plays again last year, he realized just how much the game has even continued to change and evolve and how much he has to continue to change and evolve. He's got this hybrid 3-3-5 scheme. What are some ways that he can work with that to maybe, if the secondary is a little banged up or a little young against a good Auburn receiving core, how can he try to mask that a little bit?
Yeah, the 3-3-5 is a funky defense. I mean, it is a nightmare for spread offenses because the types of looks that you can give. I mean, you can do a triple stack, linebacker on each down lineman, and the offensive line won't know who to kind of chip to or who's going to rotate or who's going to swing around. And so I think there's going to be a lot of flashes. Aranda kind of getting into it last year, kind of getting the flow of the game, knowing the type of players he's going to have and how he wants that offense to be, or that defense to be called. I think he's going to take more chances. I think he's going to be able to do that. Put a little less pressure on the cover safeties or the cover, backs. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. Stop them for short gains or even incompletes, or even make the quarterback, Jackson Arnold. I mean, he's been a pretty highly touted quarterback, just come from Oklahoma, even though he was kind of bits and pieces there. But I think all around that 3-3-5, I mean, is it can, if it's dynamic enough, it can be a nightmare for any offense.
Coach Aranda in the past has used terminology for positions like jack and star. Jalen Petrie was a star. That jack position, Garmin Randolph last year. they've changed. Now you've got a term like rover. There's they've kind of gone back to a will linebacker again. There's a field end on the defensive line. What, for those of us who aren't sitting down watching film, breaking everything down, what do we make? Do those position name changes mean a whole lot to you?
Not really. I think, but what Aranda has done, right, with shifting, that gives them a whole nother playbook that the other team has to take into account, right? They got to protect they could go 4 down, right, if they wanted to. They can go 3 down, right? They can really shift back and forth on the type of defenses that they want to run. And so really now whenever you get to that point, when you're in the season, you only have a week
John is not up here yet.
to scout, right? Basically what those defenses are going to look like. And so I think that's just going to give Aranda a lot more opportunity to mix things up, right? Kind of make the other offense question what they're wanting to call and how can they execute. But yeah, I mean the names of the players, I mean, on the offensive side, I don't really care because we're going to go right at you, right? I mean, you could be called, Mary Poppins. I don't give a flip, right?
Yeah.
But, whatever it is, just, hey, take advantage what's being given to you. I think Aranda is going to do a phenomenal job, building off of last year, getting back into that momentum shift of actually calling the plays and seeing what he can actually do with this team.
Whenever you have a game like this that you look, almost every prediction has it close. All the markers that demonstrate what people think of this game seem to think it's going to be close. So you can't boil a game like that down to one grand thing. But let me try to ask you that anyway. Is there a Baylor wins this game if that you would say going into this?
I mean, the cliche answer is if they win the turnover battle, right? But I think where, since both sides of the ball, I think are going to be so evenly matched, flip, special teams. I think that's really where this game can take a shift. I mean, we have one of the top punters in the country, right? They can really move, the ball down the field if needed. But then we also have one of the best, All-American projected type of, punt returners in Josh Cameron and Ashton Hawkins in the actually kickoff return game. I think that is where. If it's going to come down to, hey, if it's an even matchup, that's where that turnaround, I think, is really going to make a big difference.
Well, Baylor had a top 10 nationally ranked special teams unit last year, so that's a good place for the game to hinge on if that's the case. Well, Seth, it's good to see you again here. I know you've got a photograph to take, as we talked about. You, RG3, Bryce Petty, and Nick Florence. So we're going to let you go do that, and we'll roll on the Tailgate show. So,
awesome.
Seth, we'll talk to you again here soon.
Sounds good. Thanks,
All
Derek.
Right. Baylor legend Seth Russell here on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. Our charity champion is coming up next. We'll reveal who that is when we return to Touchdown Alley. Getting you ready for Baylor and Auburn today on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Come see why Green ISO.
We're going to have about 1 minute for that last segment.
Here, enjoy exceptional service and
That's what I'm going to do, Aaron.
Okay.
Dedicated
I wanted to
optometrist and staff.
A little long so that we
insights on your eye health. Enjoy the variety of contact.
Yeah. No worries.
I just critical team and
okay. No worries.
Dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics. Baylor Nation rolls along with Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Start with award-winning service and factory-trained techs. Then shop our new and used lineup from cars, trucks to SUV.
In and out, or
a business?
Oh no, he says back to you. Okay.
For ProMaster vans, cab and chassis and work trucks. For power and comfort, test drive the Ram 1500, the Motor Trend Truck of the Year winner again. Allen Samuels in Waco, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
Come by, let's be friends.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB
Oh, hey, Derek.
Life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back.
He says, Derek, thank you very much. So
we'll just throw it I appreciate that.
No, on the intro.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Oh, yes, but we'll let it run into the break after that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
You're listening to Baylor Football on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We welcome you back into the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, presented by Baylor Alumni, bringing the Baylor family together. Brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the place to go when you're not sure where to go. Open 24/7, just a short walk across campus. No appointment necessary, just walk in. Visit premier.care to learn more. Well, every home game, we recognize an organization that's doing great work in the community. This week's charity champion is the Waco Sports Commission, and John Morris is here to tell us about him.
Derek, thank you very much. Time to unveil our charity champion presented by TFN, your bank for local bank of Baylor Athletics. Each home game again this year, we will unveil a new charity champion and drum roll.
Sounds good.
This week it is
5:30.
Sports Commission and Mike.
Okay.
Executive Director, and he joins us now. Mike, congratulations to you on being named a charity champion. What does that mean to you?
Thanks, John. It is quite an honor. Time after time, I've been at the Baylor games and have seen these charity champions be highlighted, and I've always had that thought of like, oh, if we could only be one of these. And so to be able to live that out now, it's going to be really exciting.
Very good. What do you know about what comes with this, and how will it help the Greater Waco Sports Commission?
Yeah, I mean, TFNB, your bank for life, they do so much for these nonprofits. There's obviously the recognition at the Baylor football and basketball games this upcoming year. But then there's a lot of coaching and resources that they deploy to the nonprofits to be able to help us with things behind the scenes, everything from grant writing assistance to some marketing assistance to coaching and training. And it's really just a way to be able to help develop us as an organization to become more efficient in telling our story and also making an impact in the community.
Yeah, very good. The Charity Champion program is such a well-oiled machine, you know, and it does provide all of those benefits to those that they select as a charity champion. And the exposure is, I would think, just a huge part, you know, again, letting more people know who you are and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. To be able to share our story and our mission to so many folks is an incredible opportunity that we're fortunate to be able to take advantage of.
Mike Vogelaar is our guest, Executive Director of the Greater Waco Sports Commission. They are this week's charity champion presented by TFNB, your bank for life. And, Mike, you've got the platform here, and you're going to be on the field here at the game tonight. Big game, by the way, big crowd, so really good. A lot of eyeballs on you this evening. But you have the floor. What do you need? How can people listening contribute to you, volunteer? What do you need?
Yeah, I mean, as with all organizations, there's so many different needs that we have. So to try and pare it down to singular one or two is pretty hard. But, you know, for our events to be able to make them successful, you know, volunteers is really the secret sauce. And so I know that there's, you know, for high school students that are looking for hours, but then there's also adults that just want to be able to get involved. And so we've got things as far as event assistance for all ages and physical, you know, capabilities. But the specific ask that we're going to be making tonight at the game is we're looking for 30 commercial grade two-way radios.
Okay.
Just because with all these different events, our team is dispersed across a lot of different physical places, and just for our communications to be better. To be frank and honest, we've operated a number of our events just through cell phones. So you can only imagine when we're trying to get in touch with each other, sending text messages and phone calls, it's not nearly as efficient as being able to use, you know, some reliable, you know, comms like radios. So we're looking for anybody that might have some that are donatable, you know, some older ones, or potentially, you know, for a good deal or sale. You know, we're in need of some of those resources.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right, there's somebody out there, and I hope they're listening, that can help you with that. So that's a very specific ask. And with the events you have coming up, gosh, you need that. Give folks a glimpse at your upcoming calendar here in the next couple of months.
Yeah, next weekend is actually, we call it the Strokes and Spokes weekend. We've created it as a training ground for the Ironman race that's coming up. But for Strokes and Spokes, we host our Beast of the Brazos, which is an open water swim. It's 1.2 and a 2.4 mile swim in the Brazos. events. This is our 6th year of hosting it, and this year we've added a 750-meter swim portion to it. So if anybody's interested in joining us to be able to compete, would love that. If you're wanting to be able to provide kayak support or help us with teardown or setup, we've got tons of volunteer opportunities. The next day is Waco Wild West, which is a bike ride, and they're targeting, the Waco Bike Club is targeting close to 2,000 cyclists for that, including a 100-mile cycling ride that they have. And then, like I said, a week or a month later is going to be Ironman again. And so that's just such a big impact for this community. And so we're excited to be able to help create this training grounds and then to be able to have all these athletes. You know, we're looking at 2,500 for Ironman coming out here to be able to race in our rivers, in our downtown, and on the county roads.
What a huge impact that makes on Central Texas when all these people come to town for these events.
Yeah, no, they estimate that just the Ironman event itself brings in about $6 million of economic impact for this region. So those are the types of events that we want to help bring in, and we need help hosting, right, as far as those volunteer spots.
All right, wacosports.org, is that the best place for people to get more information?
That's the best space. So come on, visit us on our website. And then I also send a newsletter out at the beginning of every month, on the 1st of the month, just kind of updating people on events that are coming up, events that have happened, economic impact, things that are happening in the industry, in this community as well.
Good. I get your newsletter, email. I appreciate that. And congratulations on being selected as the charity champion.
Thank you so much, John.
All right, Mike Vogelaar, he's the executive director. Greater Waco Sports Commission is this week's charity champion. wacosports.org is their website. Thanks to TFNB, your bank for life, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Derek?
Hey, Baylor fans, game day experiences for the 2025 football season are on soon.
Yeah, about a minute.
Exclusive.
But I will count you down exactly.
Field photo,
Sure.
sideline access during warm-ups, tunnel access during the team runout, an in-game radio booth experience with the voice of the Bears, a birthday bash, and much more. There is limited availability per game, so purchase your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences to lock in your one-of-a-kind game day experience today.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works. With Astound Wi-Fi, you'll rage less, buffer less, and live more. Lock in gig speed Wi-Fi for just $35 a month, guaranteed for 3 years. Plus, get up to a $200 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works. Visit astound.com today.
Everything we do for you. Are you looking for a new set of wheels? First Central Credit Union Auto Financing offers fast, complete coverage. Competitive rates and flexible terms make for a win in financing your next vehicle. A quick online application makes it easy to score the money you need at firstcentralcu.com. Everything we do for you.
How much time we have? Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Football on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Exactly 1 minute.
We are just over an hour away from kickoff here in the season opener, Baylor and Auburn, with a blackout on the Brazos. Opening game at McLean Stadium. The first time that Baylor has hosted a Power 4 opponent at McLean Stadium since kind of an asterisk year, 2020, when Baylor played Kansas to begin the year after a couple of the early games were canceled due to COVID. But really the most anticipated opener since 2011. The first time Baylor has played a Power 4 team in the opener since Wake Forest in 2008.
30 seconds.
and 9, and it is just about here. We're winding down here from Touchdown Alley. Want to say thanks to the voice of the Bears, John Morris, and Seth Russell, as well as our producer,
20
Aaron
seconds,
Sexton.
20.
I'm Derek Smith. We're going to throw it up to the McLean Stadium broadcast booth for the Connecticut Sausage Countdown to kickoff with J-Mo, Nick Florence, and Ricky Thompson. That is straight ahead here as we get you ready for
10
Baylor
seconds,
and
10
Auburn
seconds.
today at McLean Stadium shortly after 7 o'clock here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
All right, bud. Thanks.
Thank you, Aaron.
You've been listening to the Baylor
All right, see you
Alumni
upstairs.
Network Tailgate Show.